Welcome everybody to the Macclesfield Town Council Finance Committee tonight on the 12th of May at 7 p.m. in the Town Hall. And welcome to all the people who are going to speak from behalf of various different charities. Do we have any apologies for absence?
Yes, we have Councillor Gilman, Councillor Edwards and Councillor Hutchinson.
But we are quorate.
We are.
Very good. Any declarations of interest from councillors who will be voting? Anything that we're aware of? No, that's great.
Chair.
Oh, no? Is your hand up, Bailey?
No. I was wondering if I should make a declaration that I have visited the family worship group in Tiddington. If I visited them and I knew about them. I don't know if that's a declaration at all.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I think you're safe on that one today. And so we're going to have our... Oh no, there's nothing from the public, is there? There's no public speakers today?
No.
Except the ones who are coming to present their cases. So would we like to go through the minutes of the Finance Committee that was held on the 3rd of March? So we were all in attendance. Would somebody be able to...
Propose them?
Yeah, absolutely. And would somebody like to second them? Lovely. Thank you, Councillor Hayward. And shall we vote? All in favour. They are unanimously approved. Excellent. So we can move on to the grant applications. And we've got first up is Ashgrove Academy, £250 for the musical instruments. And somebody would like to talk to us for 2 minutes on this? Lovely. Just stand wherever you feel comfortable. That would be fine. And we'll put the clock on and we'll have 2 minutes.
I'll put my hand up when 2 minutes ends.
Oh, lovely. Have you got some photos? I always like pictures and things. Oh, lovely. Thank you. Right. Yeah, I'll hand them to A-Lifting. That's fine.
Okay, so my name's Sally Deal. I'm the principal at Ashgrove Academy up on the Moss Rose Estate in Macclesfield. Tweety Chan is a TA that works with us, but she is a music specialist. She's a wonder. Our music curriculum needed to be completely rejigged this academic year due to financial restraints, budget cuts, and actually it's made us more creative, allowed us to be more creative in the way we approach things. Necessity is the mother of invention. And one of the things that it's allowed us to do is bring in the expertise of Tweety and another member of staff who play live instruments or perform live music, present live music to the children every Wednesday in assembly and so forth. And from this kernel of live music experience, Tweety came to me with a suggestion that we develop a Joyful Orff band within school. Which involves some musical instruments that are not part of our normal curriculum. So if it was normal percussion instruments, we'd fund that through the school budget, but these are not normal school instruments that we would ordinarily buy for the normal curriculum. But we believe that the Joyful Orff approach will really enhance what we can offer and widen our reach with our musical inspiration for the wider community beyond just the school. So I think Tweety will tell you a little bit more about what Joyful Orff is. And what it looks like and what it will bring.
Yeah, actually, Orff music approach is one of the music education approach that I am specialist because I went to Canada to get the license to be a teacher to teach Orff music, and also in Hong Kong I just finished my master's degree for this approach, and also to do the research for how to enhance the elderly people, the mental health with this approach. Finally, I found that music can bring joyful to all of the people, not only for the child, but also the elderly people. Because the retired people will feel stressful, we feel less confident, but...
Sorry.
Yeah, I think the time's up, but that's fine. What will... Go on. One more thing. Well, there'll be lots of questions, I'm sure. Do you want to just tell me a little bit about the approach, just so that we know what when you say the joyful, I mean, I love the fact it's got the word joyful in it, so just tell me a little bit about the approach and then we can ask the other questions.
We use singing, movement, and some two percussions to do some ensemble. cooperative to each other, and they will have joyful from the music.
Okay.
But we want to
Yeah.
bring this joyful, not for the children only,
Yeah, for everyone.
but
The
also,
whole community.
yeah, because in this year we do the choir to the care home.
Yeah.
We do the basket.
It's a lovely picture. Yeah, I'm just going to pass it to Councillor Harewood because I don't think she saw it. Did you have a question, Councillor Harewood? Yeah.
I think in a way that they have, because I wanted to know, how are you engaging the community? What are your, who is the community, what community are you talking about?
So, for example, at Christmas, our choir, which was led by Tweety and is honoured with another musical member of staff, ran a choir, and that choir went and visited local care homes and sang to the care homes, but also we did a performance, not for parents like we normally would, but for grandparents and for local people in the community. Many of our staff members live on the Moss Rose estate and know who are people who are alone, people who don't have family, people who live alone, people who haven't been in a school with children for a long time. So we knocked on doors, we invited them in. We had a hall full of older people who experienced the music, and then they went and also visited. And we would like to replicate that with the Joy for All approach, to engage people who might be more lonely, on their own, might not be able to interact with other people on a normal everyday basis.
Thank you.
Lovely. Any
Okay.
other questions? No? Excellent. I think this is a really interesting approach, and I think it would be really interesting to learn more about it, because I think it's a way of spreading music to a group, to people who might be quite hesitant. If there's not so many skills, then you're starting at a much sort of
It's not elitist.
no.
It's not
Which is
elitist. It's very inclusive in,
Yeah.
its approach.
I'm quite happy to propose that we accept this grant application. Would anyone like to second?
Yeah,
Thank you,
more than
Chris.
happy to second
Lovely.
that.
Shall we just vote on that? Lovely. So approved. Thank you very much. And we look for hearing more from you. You don't. You don't have to stay for the rest of the grants, but you might want to. It's entirely up to you. You can happy to leave. So 4.2 is Digital Arts Box CIC, and this is for £1,999.98. We've got 2 minutes. Would you like to tell us a bit more about it?
Hi everybody, yeah, this is part of our Remake project that we're looking to bring to Macclesfield later on this year. We're applying for 40 technology packs, which will enable us to work with local people on the project. We're going to be working with 60 students and then 15 young people as part of a project and 15 adults as well as part of a project where they will learn a whole host of digital and creative skills around coding, and then at the end of the project, the technology packs that they've been using throughout it are utilised to create an artistic display, which we will kind of interactive so people can come and see it and get it in first. So everyone that takes part will learn a whole host of new skills as part of the project, but then also be part of an exhibition that gets to be shown later on and visited by lots of other local people as part of it. It's a really great project. We've run it for 2 years now in Crewe, and this will be the first time that we're bringing it to Macclesfield, so we're very excited to bring it to local people. We're going to be partnering with the local library there, here and delivering it alongside them. I've got a quick video. I appreciate some what mentioned before. It's quite difficult to if you've not done part of this before, what it might look like or what it might do. So there's a quick video here that kind of showcases some of the artwork from previous years. And with this one here, there's an interactive button that people can press, and then the light art that the participants have coded all reflects what buttons are being pressed as part of this. So yeah, it's a really fun and interactive project where people get to come on. And the technology packs, I should say really importantly, are gifted to the participants at the end of it. So the idea is that they can come, learn how to do this, and then continue the learning after the project. We've got fantastic feedback from people from previous years where they've gone on to university and college still using the technology packs that they got and the skills that they learned during that project. Cool. I don't know if that's 2
Lovely.
minutes or not, but that's me.
No, that's really useful. Thank you. And being able to see it and sort of start to understand it. Yeah, I think we can have a few questions. Yes, Councillor?
I'm not questioning the project. Have you been had grants from other councils where you have performed? Or are you joining this grant with grants from other councils?
Yes, so we are applying to do it in Crewe again this year, so we'll be applying for Crewe for a similar grant. The concept is that, to be clear, the grant, if we're successful with the grant from Macclesfield, that would only be spent on people from Macclesfield being able to access and take part in the project. It wouldn't go to any other part of the project. But yes, there's other match funding. This funding is specifically for purchasing the equipment. We've got funding pending from Cheshire East Council and also from Arts Council for the larger part of the project that pays for all the tutors and all the exhibition and everything else that goes along with it.
Can I ask another question?
Yes,
please?
absolutely.
Am I clear that the grant you get from, should you get from here, will only be used in Macclesfield?
That's
Is that correct?
Okay, Councillor Wilcox.
I'm just wondering, the pupils that will be taking part, where are they drawn from?
So we will be, one of the things that we're going to be doing is working with 2 local primary schools. So the students, we're going to be working with our partners in the library to work with 2 of the local primary schools. I think that's yet to be decided exactly which ones will be taking part. And then the open provision is kind of put out to the public. So we'll advertise it, get it out there, let people do it. It's a really great opportunity for anyone that's maybe just never had a chat. We quite like to call ourselves a safe place to fail. Somewhere where you might have an interest in coding, you might have an interest in light art, you might have an interest in art in general, but you don't know where to start. And we like, you don't have to go to a university to be able to do it, or even a full college course. This is like kind of like people's first safe place where they can go and try it and do it for 6 weeks and go, oh. Some people, it might be the start of this magnificent journey. Other people, it might go, that was fun, but I'm probably going to leave it there. You know, and everyone's got their own journey, I guess, with it, when they take part in it. I should say as well, we always have a really high number of participants with additional needs. At TND, all of our staff are trained with trauma-based practice, but also with working with people with additional needs as well, to be able to develop the kind of session to being able to be adapted to the audience. But we normally have a really high number of people with additional needs to take part.
Lovely. My question is about, is it the aim is to try and, it sounds as if it's more to try and encourage people to start them on a learning how to do coding, but using art as a kind of way to visualise the coding, so sort of.
You pretty much got it. Like learning by stealth is a phrase that we use quite a lot. So the light art is the kind of end piece that's created that people just rapidly do it. But the coding is the kind of thing that they'll learn during the week. But it's a bit of both, to be fair. Like you're using the language of coding to create the artwork and things like that. So
And this is probably a bit of a techie, but we used to use Raspberry Pi as a basic entry. Is it a bit harder than that, or is it about Raspberry Pi level?
In fact, slightly easier. The main thing that powers it is it's called the BBC Microbit. People might remember in the 80s, the BBC had a big push of coding, and then they reproduced that in the early, mid-2010, I think, the first Microbit came out, which is essentially like a simpler Raspberry Pi, like a smaller, simpler version of a Raspberry Pi.
Just realised we might start going off into a bit of a war run of rabbit hole. So nobody else is interested in this. We're starting. I can feel that we're losing and going. But it sounds great. It sounds great. My only thing, I would be happy to propose this. I'm sorry, my microphone. But I would ask that you maybe approach some of the charities that are here in the room, actually. So our Space for Autism and our Rossendale friends were just, for that 30 open spaces, maybe if you could get their numbers before you leave. Actually, it would be really nice if we knew that some local charities are already getting a sort of, and if that works well, then yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
because I think
we'd be more than happy to do that.
That would be great.
A lot of the young people and adults that we work with are on the spectrum or on that journey as well.
Be good. So I'm happy to propose this. I think it's a really interesting project. I think I will really look forward to seeing the information after it's been run, because it is a different way of engaging people in a different way of starting a coding journey. Is anyone willing to second form? Chris, thank you, Councillor Wilcox. And shall we just take that to the vote?
Second that.
Lovely, thank you very much. That's approved, and go and make the connections before they combust over there with excitement. Right, we'll move on to 4.3, which is Macclesfield Brass Band, who have come with a request for £250 for adapted instrument.
Hello, my name is Heather Chapman and I'm a trustee for Macclesfield Brass, which is a registered charity which is a proud part of the musical life here in Macclesfield. We're a group of about 35 people, ranging in age from early 20s to late 80s. Some people begin with us as complete beginners, and we offer tuition to help people reach a standard where they can join us in many of the performances we give in the local area. Some of our group played when they were younger, and they get a lot out of supporting the novice beginners. Often the novice beginners are much older than the players that are helping and teaching them.
Interesting.
We rehearse weekly at St John the Evangelist on the Western Estate. We perform at a wide range of local events. We do the Treacle Market, Remembrance Day services, many Christmas events and school fairs. We've done a recital for the food bank for Silk Life, bandstands in Victoria Park, Macclesfield Pride, the hospital, just to name but a few of our gigs. Basically, we play wherever we are asked, and usually we're asked back the following year, which I suppose is quite a good sign. But brass instruments are expensive, and we offer the instruments to anybody new coming in on a free loan system. So, because we don't want money to be a barrier for anybody wanting to join us. We try to finance that from voluntary subscriptions, so we do ask for a subscription, but we've got a huge range in what people pay on a monthly basis to, some people don't pay anything. We have band members who source good, experienced band members who can source good quality second-hand equipment, so we don't go out and buy new instruments. But this is something we could do with help with. Particularly as recently we've been approached by a young man who has had to have part of his arm amputated and needs to have an adapted instrument. So we'd like to buy an instrument, probably a cornet, but we will let him decide when the time comes. It wouldn't just help him, because we do have members with health conditions. We've got a couple with asthma, and we've got one lady who has... Sorry, yes.
No,
It's time's up.
Oh,
But
sorry.
that's absolutely fine, because we'll move on to questions, and I'm sure the questions will be helpful in expounding more. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about what the adaptation, I'm interested to know what the adaptation sort of is.
I think we will have to have something fitted onto the instrument
Okay.
that a harness can be fitted to.
So that the weight is taken by the torso
Yes,
rather than
so
by the
that,
arms, yeah.
But basically it will depend what the young man wants to play. So unfortunately he isn't well at the moment, so we've not had the meeting with him yet, but we're really keen. And one of our other ladies with COPD has to have a similar sort of thing for a French horn that she plays.
Has anyone got any other questions at all? I think we can imagine it. Anyone proposing? You're happy to propose, Councillor Wilcox? Anyone? Well, I'm happy to second. And we'll take it to the vote. All in favour? Lovely. Hopefully that we'll be able to see a picture of this when it's set up. It will be very exciting, won't it? Very exciting for this particular person. Thank you very much. Cheers. Right, moving on to Rossendale Trust, 4.4, and that's £2,000. And who's going to speak? I know there's two people. Pardon? Oh yes, of course. You sit if you want. If you want to sit, you sit. However you feel comfortable. You take a seat if you prefer. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. Yeah.
So I'm Sam. I'm here representing the Rossendale Trust this evening, and we're absolutely delighted to be collaborating with our friends from Space for Autism on this Shine the Light Festival. The Shine the Light Festival is a community event designed to celebrate and raise awareness happening right here in our town. The event will allow our charities and other charities in the local area to connect with the public, reach new families and shine a light on the vital work that we all do every day. We're building an inclusive, family-friendly event open to all. There'll be live entertainment, sports activities, food and drink and community market, all designed to welcome and engage people of every age and background. But we need your help to make it possible and to stage a show that's so spectacular that it becomes a regular in the Macclesfield calendar every year. We're asking for a grant this evening to cover some key elements, which include a large inflatable attraction to make the space fun and welcoming for children and families, sports provision from the Macclesfield Community Sports Trust to run accessible games and competitions, funding to partner with Silk FM who will compare the event on the day, and also to bring in a circus school who will arrange activities that are open and accessible to everyone. With your support, we hope we can create something memorable and meaningful, and we hope that you can help us shine a light on the good work that happens every day in our town.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Perfect time. Well done. Any questions from anyone?
No, a comment. I'm for shining a light.
Very good. Anyone? It's yeah, it is an ambitious thing, isn't it? Putting on an event. I noticed that you did it one last year. Is that right? No, was it Fun Day? Okay, so this is a little bit of an extension then. This is the sort of next step. Very good. Yeah. Excellent. Very good. And and presumably you'll, as part of that, there will be some sort of element of being able to challenge stigma by helping people understand what learning disabilities are and aren't, and also what neurodiversity is and isn't. And oh, I like it. Very nice indeed. Excellent. Well, I'm happy to propose that we approve this grant. Is anyone happy to second? Thank you, Councillor Harewood, and we'll take that to the vote. Lovely. Thank you very much. Excellent. And hopefully, if I'm around, we'll be coming along on the 12th. And oh, are we singing? Oh, fantastic. Well, I'll definitely be there. I'm so sorry. It's in my diary and everything. I've not twigged. It's not a declaration of interest because there's absolutely no payment goes on for anything that Cordiality do, so that's fine. Oh, well, I'll definitely be there. How fantastic. I'm looking forward to it now. Right, so 4.5 is Space for Autism, and that's a funding request for £2,000.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Simpson, co-founder and CEO of Space for Autism, and once again we're coming to the council to ask you for £2,000 towards this time towards our Fun Friday social club. So Fun Friday is a social club for 10 to 13-year-olds who all are either on a pathway to get a diagnosis or are actually diagnosed with autism. That's because the waiting time is so long that you take children on the pathway. 99.9% will be diagnosed. So normally it costs about £20,000 for that club to run. It's very high on staff costs because of the ratio of staff that we need. So your money will go towards the consumables and the equipment that we need. So there'll be all the snacks that can't, all the drinks, and you can take them out anywhere. That will pay for that, which is important. Those children can attend Fun Friday. But overall, last year we had about 140 attended Fun Friday. So you don't come every other week. Some children come once a month. So the cohort really is around the 30 mark in total that we can take, but we do have to probably do more than that, or sometimes triple that, and just bring more staff in, which we pay for. So a lot of people know Space for Autism. This is the first time we've actually come to you for Fun Friday. Normally Cheshire East Council funds that group for us, but with 35% pay for it that we've had, we are struggling now to run that, and it's a really important club. That's the 10 to 13-year-olds. They're the ones that we really need to be making sure they come to a social group. So I will shut up if you've got any questions.
Yeah, presumably by attending it, they will be able to access all your other support, and
Yeah, so
you can engage parents and things.
Just under 10%
And my second question is roughly, I mean, it's going to be very hard for you to tell me on the spot now, I know that, but of the 140, did you say? Roughly how many were from Macclesfield, would you say, top of your
The
head?
ratio from Macclesfield is about 65%.
Okay, fine.
I think
Perfect.
because obviously Cheshire is so huge,
Yeah,
people don't want to spend a long time in a car coming to us.
no, so it is
the cohort really is kind of
fine.
Mac borough, but yeah, majority are Macclesfield area.
So yes, that easily is working out in the amount that we would be putting to the costs, because we're not putting full amount, are we, by any stretch of the imagination, so that's fine. Okay, has anyone else got any questions about this particular bid? Anything? Anything for you, Councillor Harewood?
No, I made another comment that I am mindful that we care for people such as those. I'm mindful that we continue this care within the community, within the nation, within ourselves. So I'm mindful about that.
Okay. Would anyone like to propose?
Yeah,
Yes,
more than happy to
Councillor Wexley.
propose £2,000.
Yeah, and Councillor Harewood, or I'm happy, yeah, happy to second, lovely. So we should take it to the vote. And I think that's a unanimous. Yes, it's a unanimous. Right. Thank you. Very good. Last but not least, the lady with the plants. St John's School PTA request for £250. Oh, you just know how to.
A nice selection of photos.
Oh, in advance, in advance. I think this is just, they're getting the words getting out, isn't
I came on the
it?
wrong day last week. So
Oh.
there you go.
Oh my
So
goodness,
there's a
far
selection
too
of
many
photographs
photos.
there.
We'll have to give you them back because they've got kids in them, so we don't want to.
Well, some of them haven't.
Yes, well, we don't want to fall foul of any. Tell us about your gardening project.
Okay, so my name's Sue Patterson. I've worked at St John's the Evangelist for 29 years, and I run the garden groups. The groups have about 40 children, different children throughout the week, and some are nurture groups, some are groups that are for children who they wouldn't come through the door in the morning unless we had this provision, because they just love it so much. So 2 years ago, I took on the project of an unloved area in the school that really just ticked a box. And the children have helped do everything. So we've dug the borders in, we've planted, we've had campaign to have a tree taken down that's diseased, and it's an absolutely beautiful place, and we call it our happy place. So we've got a little bench in there, we've got a wildlife area, and I do lots and lots of fundraising myself, and I make things to sell, to raise money to buy seeds and bulbs and plants and things, but I have to sell a lot of scrunchies to buy, even a pair of secateurs. So, so I, also, it's the parents and the grandparents and the children, they absolutely adore it, and I make scarecrows as well, so we have a different scarecrow every year, different theme. And I have a long waiting list of my lunchtime groups, because I also run groups at lunchtimes. So the knowledge that the children have is amazing. And if you visited, they could give you a tour of the allotments. They could tell you everything they're growing, and they would just tell you that it's their happy place.
Fantastic.
So you're very welcome to come and have a cup of tea in our
Lovely.
Yes, so.
Thank you very much. That's really helpful.
And
And
the money really, sorry, the
Go on.
money that if we were granted
Yeah.
would enable us to buy things that we need through different times of the year.
Okay.
So it's different times of the year. So this time of year it's all compost, the expense of having compost, and in the spring it's the bulbs, because we do all the flower beds as well. It's not just the allotment.
lovely. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Any questions at all? Or comments? Oh, yes, Councillor Harewood?
Where exactly is the allotment?
It's actually on the infant playground. It's amazing. So if you come onto our school playground, it's an area that's fenced off. So when I'm in there, all the children are leaning over the fence, all the little ones on the infant playground. So it's really accessible to everybody. just off the infant playground
Okay.
at the front.
Lovely. Mine's a comment rather than a question. The first one is I love your strawberries that are hanging up in the basket. I mean, that's just lovely use of space because it looks like quite a small space. And the other one actually is that we maybe need to get you, we need to do some sort of gardening. Well, no, I was more thinking, I was speaking to the Christchurch garden lady and she gets compost from the dairy place somewhere and she's having a big delivery of it. So I wonder if we need a little gardening kind of network. I'm looking for Abby's thinking more work. But it would be very useful, wouldn't it? Because then people could share resources a little bit. So if one person's having a massive... Exactly. Right, I might put that on my list. But yes, I think it's really important. It's obviously you're doing an awful lot with a very small space, but also you're giving them permission to learn about gardening, to make mistakes. It's that learning by stealth that just Mum was talking about, wasn't it? And it's lovely.
I mean, I've always loved gardening, but it's new to me.
Yeah. You only learn by making, but you're making great use. So I'm absolutely happy to propose. Is anyone else happy to second? Thank you,
Yeah,
Councillor
I'm happy.
Wilcox. Lovely. Should we take it to vote? Happy with that? Wonderful. Unanimously approved. Thank you for coming along. That's excellent. So thank you very much, everyone who came to speak. We don't expect you particularly to stay, but and we're very glad that for all the work that you're doing in your little local communities. Thank you for your energy and enthusiasm. And yes, we would absolutely love a chili plant each. Can't guarantee it will stay. Are they hardened off? Are they okay for the garden? Fabulous.
The least you water them, the hotter they are.
Ah, okay. Thank you for that top tip. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, do take your photos actually, because I don't want pictures of young people. I don't want to be having to be exactly, because we mustn't. Thank you so much. But it's lovely to see the pictures. I'm really impressed by what you're doing.
Oh no, I remember.
I just don't want to.
I didn't want to.
Come and sing.
Yeah.
Come and have a cup of tea in our allotment.
Right, thank you so much for all you do. Round of applause for everyone. Thank you, and we'll carry on with our meeting. So that was the different grants. So for information only, there's the grant updates. So we received updates from the Child Safety Media, which has some nice pictures. We had a picture from the Civic Society of all the awards. And we had also an update from the World Harvest Festival, which seems to have gone very well, considering I think it was the first time it was a run. And will be interesting to see where that group of people take that idea in the future. I think it's lovely when people do have the enthusiasm and to see if it takes off in a big way. Some interesting things there. We've got the Methodist Housing Association update. Right, we're waiting for the proper update. And then we had an update from the Corps. So we're very grateful for those updates and they're very helpful to us. We're just for noting those. We're then going to move on to item number 6, which is the financial reports. And the spend to date, which is the end of March, of 1,025,882 that we will be taking to full council. I think we need to approve this, don't we? So should I propose it? Is anyone willing to second that number? Thank you, don't make me say it again. And Councillor Hayward, should we vote on them? Yeah, so we're all agreed, we're taking the spend to date and we've had a look at the reports. So I think the reports are really just for noting. We don't have to go through each one and agree it, do we?
No, I don't.
No. There's just a couple of things that I was going to pick up from the income and expenditure report, and I know that Councillor Hutchinson, in his absence, I will pick up the photocopier reduction in spend, because we know he always likes to note that one, which this has gone down. We're anticipating at this sort of time, we were 2,800 and it's gone down to 879. So well done, Councillor Hutchinson, for suggesting, encouraging and shaming us all when we use paper. I have to have paper to chair. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Also, equipment has gone down, which is good, and room hire is less than we budgeted for. So that is a great, and I think I always emphasise this, it's really important to know that the Town Council is very, very frugal with its spending. We're always looking for ways to cut the costs, and it's good to see that we are able to do that. In photocopying equipment and room hire are all less than we anticipated, which is excellent. There is the majority of everything else is as anticipated. I've just noted insurance actually is quite a reduction as well, isn't it?
Ruth, could we just approve these? Because I'm not
Yeah,
sure if
sorry.
the regular payment
Yeah.
needs to be approved. So if we could do it anyway then.
So we're going to, so this is 6.2.1, income and expenditure. Has anyone else got anything else to note about them? No? Anything that they found untoward or unusual? No, that's excellent. I'm happy to propose them. Is anyone happy to second them? Thank you, Councillor Wilcox. And shall we vote on them, Councillor Airwood? Excellent. So those are agreed. But we think the rest, the bank reconciliation, receipts and payments, are just for noting.
Yeah,
Or do you want me to vote on all of them?
All, and then we're
Good.
Sure.
So 6.2.2, that's bank reconciliation, receipts and payments.
Sorry,
Yeah.
are we allowed to vote them en bloc?
Oh yes, that would be a
Yeah.
sensible idea.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So what we're looking at now is financial reports. So we've got 6.2.1, which is income and expenditure. We've got 6.2.2, which is bank reconciliation, receipts and payments. We have our 6.2.3 detailed balance sheet, 6.2.4 authorised payments, and 6.2.5 our list of regular payments. And very sensibly we will propose these. I'm happy to propose them. Councillor Wilcox, are you happy to second them en masse?
Yep.
Yeah, and we will take them to the vote. All
Okay.
unanimously agreed.
Okay.
Excellent. So I think we've come to the end of our meeting in a very timely manner, and the next meeting will be 7 p.m. on the 23rd of June here at Macclesfield Town Hall. Thank you for your engagement.